So naturally, in that matchup, I lost when I was playing the Paquito versus the Phoveus. And in many regards, you pick the Phoveus over the Paquito. But what essentially RSG did in this game is that they managed to find a hero for Demon Kite, the Balmond, to kind of outspeed the Fanny. So in a way, they are saying, okay, lose the matchup, Nats, whatever. At least we have the other lanes in our advantage. Now RSG will have a fast-paced game with this Balmond and this Irithel. They are going to be grouping up together. And I wonder if this is the chance for RSG to turn things around. But in a 1v1 setting, the lanes of Echo are really looking good.
Well, it looks like now they have the answers from the mistakes of game number 1, because if you've said that RSG right now has a window to up their game onto the early stage.
A lot.
Yes. Well, we're speaking of how we managed to go through our games without sweaty hands. Will Echo finally use the finger sleeves for good to get back on this game? We'll know right now because RSG is on 1 against Echo. Let's head back to the game.
Well, okay, so this might be the redemption arc for CarlTeasy here in Game 2 if he can have a better time on this Fanny. So we're going to start here. Nats, though,
early.
Should be fine.
This is what you're talking about, Wolf.
Almost. Yawi might choose the flicker in. Oh, he did. But Nats was ready for it. So that's actually good, though. At least he gets 2 of the spells out from Echo.
That's right.
And the peel.
And the peel.
I think the only advantage that Echo will get is maybe 1 or 2 minions in the bottom lane, which Nats will miss. But overall, the amount of investment that they put into that winning lane already is such a very interesting take coming out from Echo. Maybe because they want to utilize the Demonic Force as soon as the first turtle starts and they want to team-fight. But that is something that RSG can celebrate with. Forcing the flicker onto Yawi, which will not be available in the first turtle fight. That's massive for RSG.
Now it's going to be a 1 slow pace, but Echo, I think they're trying to get on with the groove here. Look at that 2-man stun!
Not sure if they're going to be able to convert anything from that, but it does force them back. But they should be back in time for that turtle. Emon going to be the next focus here. So pretty much what we're seeing across the map is everybody taking a little bit of damage, poke damage here and there, but ultimately everyone's just going to wait for this first turtle to pop up here. Stolen, by the way.
Yeah.
Sanford with the flame shot.
He just keeps on using it. Well, now this sets up CarlTeasy and a Demon Kite on the first turtle.
Okay, here we go. Now it's going to be looking for the kill. Gets the black shoes out from Sanji. Sanford with the slam dunk. Demonic Force. Now there's Demon Kite. Going to get way of the dragon. Turtle still going to be up here. Who's going to secure that one? The Fatal Links come down. Light is up. Turtle is secured by RSG Philippines. Are they going to be losing? Demon Kite, though. Sanji looking for it. And just like that with the auto attack, grabbing the kill here. And there you go. Echo happy with that trade. They get 2 kills out of it.
You can clearly see that when the Demonic Force is up, the Paquito should be running away. Well, he can't run because Sanford can easily just chase him down. Nats taken out in the bottom lane. That allowed Echo to actually turn onto heroes for RSG's attempt on the turtle. Surely it went in favor of RSG. The turtle was there for Demon Kite, but the fight afterwards, they were so wounded that Echo just ran them down. And I like the decision from Echo. They know that they don't have the advantage when it comes to taking the turtle, but when turning into heroes, like hero damage, that is when you know that they will have the advantage.
Well, speaking of advantage, Echo right now has probably fixed their positioning right now against RSG. Onto pickoffs, onto the lanes, and the ganks that they can do right now for 3 minutes. It's just giving so much vision as well for CarlTeasy. And also sets up RSG to just attract them, like put them on a spot that they can be in a grave danger.
Yeah, you don't want to be in grave danger, right?
No, I don't want to.
CarlTeasy, though, honestly, for this game too, he's not, right? He's doing a lot better job. I mean, he's just kind of having a better time on this Fanny this time. And already here on the bottom side, Nav's going to be the focus here. Should be fine, though, but you can see how much attention they're putting here on the bottom side.
Oh no, Nats actually has to call his teammates. How many times does he have to do this? But the fact that Nats only died once in this game, that might be something that could be a light in the end of the tunnel for RSG. But they know that this lane is already like a losing lane, no matter what happens. If you are a fan of RSG, you want them to be pressing the attack right now, particularly in this turtle fight. They have to team fight and utilize this battlement earlier on.
Speaking of which, it's the second turtle of the game.
Okay.
Will have...
Yaoi's going to go in with a kick.
Here.
Light does fall. So that's a nice pick off there, but turtle secured by Demon Kite once again. Light's the only one that falls, so it's going to be a trade, a kill for the turtle here.
Wow, just look at that. It's set up from Yaoi. Echo just manages to take one.
Okay, Navs and going to end up here in a 2 versus 2. Can Demon Kite help out the way that he wants to? Doesn't have the lethal counter though, so he's just there to help Nats. Nats is kind of getting bullied, right? Yeah. He is going to be getting bullied for the majority of this game, but the question here, and something that we've seen quite often with, these Paquito picks, is there's always going to be a potential for him to backdoor, put pressure on, and just possibly win a game alone, because Paquito is one of those picks that if you don't leave, if you leave him unchecked, whoever's playing him, another notable player that does this is actually Cram,
that's right,
right? Who has single-handedly won games on a Paquito, just side pushing.
And also, I consider this here as just a total complete package, like a 3-in-1 coffee mix. He has the mobility, he has the damage, and he also has so much potential all throughout the movement.
What I just am surprised about is that they opted to go for the sprint. Well, I'm not... You'll understand why they went for it. Sprint onto the Paquito means that you at least have a way to get out of the demonic force. You have some way to get out of it, but in the grand scheme of things, if you want to take out the Fanny and the Claude instantly, you want your Paquito to have that flicker, right?
That's a surprise factor.
Exactly, but now it's not available, so I wonder how they will utilize this sprint onto Nats.
Well, we'll see here as they're fighting. They're going to put some pressure on Carl Tizzi. This is kind of what RSG Philippines needs to do, but ultimately, the backup is already there for Carl Tizzi. He's going to grab the buff. Next turtle up in about 15 seconds. The thing is, it's kind of a opposite effect, right? Yaoi is the one doing what Light was doing last game, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're seeing them profit off of right now. So they've got to be able to work around that. Again, Light is going to have to counter that by just finding those angles, finding those setups himself first before it's Yaoi.
It's hard also for how Light will need to use that ultimate onto one, because Yaoi, as being a Cho, it has so much flexibility on the knockups.
Oh, they're going to be fighting for this turtle here. Navs, though, look at Sanji forcing the black shoes. Turtle's going to be secured by Demon Kite, and the fight breaks out. It's Sanji that grabs the kill. Yaoi's the next one to fall. Going to be the one for now. Light going to be the next focus. Deep under the turret, Sanford goes. Demonic force after demonic force, but he can't get the kill he was looking for. So it's going to be the 2-for-2 trade.
RSG really happy with that trade, securing that turtle. Surely they have lost Nats, but they have the advantage now. Taking that turtle meant a lot for RSG, because now they have the tempo. They can work with their composition right now, which is going to be having the power spike that they wanted. They wanted to go for the early game and win the early game, and they are doing it. They're forcing Carl Tizzi out, and they will be able to push top lane. This is amazing plays coming out from RSG.
Speaking of plays, another one.
Here in the
Yaoi
side.
Here, set up.
Gonna get kicked. Light now under the turret. He goes down 2. That's 2 kills for Echo. Nice pickoffs. Now they're gonna work on that. Again, Yaoi setting the pace here for the team. And right now, it's the Echo Express. You got to give it up to Sanji, too, doing an amazing job on this Lilia pick. Has not gone down yet. And just... we're seeing amazing usage of the black shoes. A lot of the times he's able to waste a lot of the resources from RSG Philippines without the black shoes, and by that time, RSG Philippines, they don't have much left to actually skirmish or fight.
Just bursting down the resources that RSG has right now, because as we can see, it's more of a perfect matter in how Echo managed to handle the mistakes here of RSG that they're trying to make.
Wow, this is going to be a very close fight. We already talked about how RSG is like ticking all the checkboxes that we were talking about. But then again, Echo themselves have put a lot of priority onto Benecutie. And I like the fact that he went in for the Purify, although some teams would have preferred Flicker when you are dealing against the Atlas. Because it's easy to say, right? You have the Purify. But good Atlas players wait for the right moment to actually utilize their Fatal Links to counter the Purify, because there is a window where if you don't really pull them back earlier on, you have a way to still connect with the Fatal Links even through the Purifies.
Let's just look at how Light could actually use that as an advantage against Benny right now. It will just give a lot of setups for RSG, because on this first Lord, Echo would really want this to have for a push.
This is crucial, right? Yawi trying to get some vision here too. Nath's gonna back off. The Lord does reset here. Both teams want to be careful how they approach this, because again, it's going to come down to Yawi finding the angle he wants to. Light, though, going to take quite a bit of damage here. Aqua, though, goes in, forcing the Black Shoes out, so Sanji's down that. Meanwhile, though, Carl Teasy taking down Navs. So already having the numbers advantage here. Sanford just planting himself there on that entryway. This could just be a free Lord for Echo. RSG Philippines doesn't look like they even want to contest this one.
No, what Echo has done can easily be summed up by one word that esports players use, and it's called poke. And as simple as it sounded, Echo just literally forced a lot of ultimates, a lot of resources from RSG by just continuously poking against Echo. They poked Aqua, Aqua forced to use the Yin Yang overturn, Sanji just pops the ultimate, and all of a sudden you have a massive damage dip coming out from RSG, because they now don't have the Yin Yang overturn anymore, and they also took out Nats earlier on. That's a massive play coming out from Echo.
Nice Fatal Links there, though, but this is the perfect position they could be in. They're going to lose the turret. Carl Teasy thought he had a moment there, too, but they're still going to fight it off. They've got to defend. Echo building a small gold lead, so they only lose Yawi, but RSG Philippines still struggling to find space around the map. They've got to deal with this Lord as well on the top side.
Yeah, speaking of space, let's check out... Wait. Let's check out how RSG can get back through this, because right now, Carl Teasy onto the zone out and the boxing out potential that they can do here. There's a lot of ways that they need to answer. They need to catch him at the perfect time.
Well, luckily for RSG Philippines, it's an easy Lord to handle. It is the first one. Sanford.
That was close.
Oh, so close.
It was almost there for him again, and that is, I mean, it's kind of crazy because Light just seems like he's getting, just whittled down so fast.
Getting poked.
He's literally just getting poked, but wow, there's the burst damage on Sanji.
That's
didn't even have a
fast
time.
one.
That's not whittled down, that's just deleted.
Exactly. And that's such a massive pickup from RSG. Imagine if Echo weren't able to, if RSG weren't able to take out Sanji. That is an easy push in the middle for Echo, but that means more time for RSG to kind of recover when it comes to the farm. That means that they can get out of their base for now and get those crucial buffs that they needed. So Demon Knight will have to secure this. Still, Echo on the lead. They have the advantage. They're very comfortable knowing that Benny Cutie is 8.6k, which is way ahead of the Emma and Irithel that we have right now.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that he opted to go for the Athena shield. This is a great pickup.
Oh, the perfect Fatal Links! 3 members! And that's 2 that fall for Echo! Light finally finding a moment here. Benny Cutie trying to capitalize on something, but he can't get Navs down. So big play there from RSG Philippines. But the question is, can they even do anything with it other than get those kills? There's no lanes push for them.
Yeah. And unfortunately, the Lord will spawn in, 15 seconds, which is just in time for Echo. Still, this is time bought for RSG, which they wanted. At least they cut the deficit, which will give some farm to Nats this time. Maybe he can delete some of the other members of Echo later on.
Yeah, utilizing the Paquito against Echo.
Big thing, though, if you look at it, now that the Lord's up, they did get Benny Cutie and Sanji. They don't have that Purify anymore. So that is going to be playing crucial here because Light has the Fatal Links again. They're going to have to be very careful on how they fight this next Lord.
Yeah, they need to hold or press the right time against RSG, because if that moment wasted, that's just Light trying to utilize all the mistakes that Echo can do. Just looking at by this area, it's Echo trying to provide corners and spaces for RSG just in case they attempt to go.
The weird thing about this is that even when Echo has got the advantage and Kaltizi is level 15 and not really stacked up, you still have that lethal counter as a way to deal with this Lord, which means that RSG will have 2 ways to go about how they approach the second Lord of the game. Maybe they can turn onto heroes first, then just secure the Lord afterwards, because Echo is quite forced to hold on to this Lord.
Oh, he can't get it out. Perfect pick on Light.
No Light.
As a Light falls. They knew he was going to be there, but the Lord is still going to be fought for. Carl TZ goes off, looking for the kill. It's Sanford pushing back RSG. Yowie does fall, but the rest of them are running back to base. Aqua's in a bad position. They're on the hunt here. Can they grab it? Light's gonna fall. Aqua does fall. Light and Aqua down. And the Lord still up here. Demon Kite patiently waiting. Again, a big pickup for Echo.
The bait and the plays by Echo, but Demon Kite is still patiently waiting on the right one, but Carl TZ just taking down Nats here. Demon Kite is going to take this risk. He wants this Lord for the push against the base of Echo.
Oh, wow.
No, it's a reset. That's a reset. There's no way that they're going to attempt to get this.
This is surprising, but maybe they're just waiting. They just pushed the minion waves out. Now they have the actual advantage because the minion waves are pressed against RSG. There's a man disadvantage for RSG come the Lord fight. There's no way for RSG to contest this Lord. So even when they waited for maybe 20 more seconds after the fact that they already have the advantage, this is still a very smart move coming out from Echo, making sure that they have the best housekeeping when it comes to tackling the Lord fight.
Well, speaking of housekeeping, Benny Cutie just used the BMI and also the Blazing Duet to not get a counter engage from RSG. He just gave total space to not get his backlines ambushed.
I mean, not only that, but again, this Cho pick, this Yowie, right?
Yeah.
He's single. I mean, the fact that they took out Light before that fight even really broke out, that was already a huge win for them, you know? Even though, and you know, we were talking about it earlier, that Benny Cutie and Sanji had the Purifies available. So if Yowie just takes that kind of obstacle out of the picture that early on, you kind of just have a green light to do whatever you want because no one else is really going to set you the way that Light is going to do on this Atlas pick. So now it's RSG Philippines on the defense here. They should be able to clear this Lord without losing too much. They're going to lose the top turret here on the top side. Let's see if Echo decides to push anything else in. Yowie was showing face there, backs up. Aqua should be just fine, clearing the minions here. So far, RSG Philippines out in the clear, losing just one turret.
Now Echo has a good window here on how they want to attack the base of RSG right now, making them so vulnerable for those mistakes.
Okay.
Because right now, it's going to be Light who's going to set things up for RSG.
They lose the second turret in the base. They're going to hold on to the third one. I actually expected Yowie to kind of pull the trigger there and actually do something. Even with conceal, I mean, Light was thinking the same thing. So right now, RSG Philippines still holding on. They get the black shoes out of Sanji. Nats accomplishes that, but Echo, there it is. He goes in with the setup. It's Light, but is it going to be the right setup here? Light goes in with immortality, and it is going to be popped. Benny Cutie quite low. Look at the backside. It's Naz. 1-2 punch. Carl TZ goes back. Sanji going to be the focus. Naz with the one-on-one in the jungle, and meanwhile in the base, it's going to be another kill. Sanford falls down here. That's 4 members of Echo falling, and now Nav's giving the go signal to push down the mid lane.
Wonderful plays coming out from RSG, and that's finally finding the backlines. We are talking about how difficult it will be as compared to a Flicker Paquito to get it, but he was able to find the right opening and the Fatal Links for the defense. Echo was destroyed by RSG, and Benny Cutie couldn't have dealt the damage. Carl TZ makes back-to-back good plays though. Apart from the fact that he picked up the Kagura, he also cleared the minion wave in the middle and to the top lane. That's why RSG, despite that comeback potential, they couldn't have pushed.
I love just how Carl TZ manages to secure objectives for our kills, because one thing that he has right now is the mobility and the macro control of the map, getting everybody off guard side of RSG, but also it could mean something if they make into the wrong place. Just on what happened on the base fight, that was really close. Turning things around, RSG is completely sustaining the fight because of the burst damage of Echo has.
I mean, not only that, but all of this has just evened out the game, right?
Yes.
I mean, yes, Echo has the turrets down to the base. That's big, but RSG should be caught up at least in items, itemization-wise. Again, it just comes down to execution here. You can see that they are going to get kicked. Light's going to be the focus. Fatal Links comes out. Aqua waiting there patiently. But look at Demon Kite and the rest of RSG Philippines. So they still got to approach this very carefully, the best they can. The Lord going to be half health. Carl TZ going in. Nat's quite low. He's going to be caught out, but Carl TZ going back as he takes quite a bit of damage too. Sanford now, everybody getting split up here. Let's see, RSG Philippines. Lord did reset, but Benny Cutie waiting patiently, still has the Blazing Duet as well. He might be looking for the moment here. He's gonna spot the mount. Light gets the vision. Gonna get kicked here by Yowie. Lights get caught out once again. He falls here. Big pickup for Echo. And now in the backside, Nas gonna be the focus. Sanford with the demonic force. Meanwhile, Benny Cutie and Carl Teasy just gonna go ahead and secure the Lord here.
Echo with the discipline, and you also can really say that RSG also were disciplined in that, as when Sanford popped the ultimate, you saw how they were chasing down this Emma and Irithel, but the rest of RSG didn't dash. No member of RSG dashed when they were chasing. But Echo, with their pokes and the way that they handled the lanes, I think that they managed it much better than how RSG did it. So Echo still managed to secure that Lord. Both teams are just way too good and way disciplined. Although we can say that RSG are losing, there's a lot of good plays that they're doing still, which kind of forces out the best in Echo as well. What a fight that we have been seeing from both teams.
Well, two of these two teams has complete mastery on how to handle this pressure, because right now Echo is marching towards the base of RSG. A great holy defense is needed in order for them to have another chance for Echo. But the problem is, who are they going to catch? Will it be Kartizi? Will it be Sanji? Will it be Yowie? Because right now, it's still going to be Kartizi bursting all those damages right onto the base of RSG.
Well, now they got to handle the Lord. It's going to be about half health here. The Fatal Links does come out. They're looking for anything they can convert to, but they can't deal with Sanford, as that's going to be another one that falls. And that's it, as the Echo Express comes online, taking us to Game 3.
Some teams, they utilize the Fanny as a sweeper, a killer. When there are low HP opponents, you take those kills. But the way that Kartizi played this, he's the poke in this. You saw in that last game, Eman was already put up to half HP by just one move coming out from Kartizi, and that allowed the opening for the side of Echo to really break the game open.
Yeah, Kartizi becoming